The Galaxy S26 Ultra brings upgraded main camera hardware for better light capture, but the newly released Xiaomi 17 Ultra comes in with a much larger sensor. At the iPhone 17 Pro Max and Pixel 10 Pro XL, both with improved camera hardware, and we've got one serious flagship camera battle. We'll start with the main camera. For reference, this is Anastasia, the model of today's video, captured by a Sony full-frame camera. Also, as a side note, the Xiaomi 17 Ultra is always on Leica Authentic mode. In the first picture, you quickly notice the Pixel has a magenta tone all over the picture, including the wall and the camera. The Xiaomi and Galaxy photos are balanced and similar in tone, with the Xiaomi maybe a slightly more vibrant. The iPhone is slightly more exposed than the Galaxy and warmer. You can somehow observe the same color tones in the 4K 30 frames per second video here. The Pixel is magenta, the Xiaomi is more exposed, and the wall is yellowish, and that's the closest to the actual color of the wall. The Galaxy is a bit muted with colder colors, but did a bit of an exposure shift towards the end. And the iPhone is slightly more exposed, but overall is very decent. Then we move to the telephoto camera. Here, at around 3x zoom, the Galaxy is using its 3x telephoto lens, and Xiaomi is using its continuous 75 to 100mm lens, while the iPhone and Pixel are relying on digital zoom. Xiaomi is simply uncontested here due to the massive size of the sensor. The Galaxy comes second, but Pixel and iPhone are lagging behind since they are cropping the picture from the main camera. But if we zoom to around 5x, the situation is more even. The pixel quality is actually rather nice. Xiaomi is doing better though, especially with creating a strong bokeh. The Galaxy did a great job with the newly improved 50MP 5x telephoto camera, and the iPhone is creating this warm skin tone as it usually does compared to the color tone on the Galaxy. Now for video, I really dig the Galaxy footage. The skin tone processing is great, and the highlights and shadows are balanced. I feel other phones are overexposing the face, removing highlights from Anastasia's face. Xiaomi is, of course, once again creating a stronger background blur. For the ultra-wide shot here, I would say they're all in the same league. The only complaint I have is that the Xiaomi 17 Ultra is not as wide as the other three phones, and you cannot fit enough into the frame. The main upgrade on the camera side on the Galaxy S26 Ultra is the lower aperture on the main and 5x telephoto camera. That means more light into the camera sensor, less noise, and better pictures. To test that, we went inside, and this is Anastasia in this specific indoor lighting. As you can see, it is pretty dark here, and the lights are warm. In the first picture with the main lens, I would pick the Pixel picture as the best in terms of colors. The Xiaomi is on the contrasty side, Galaxy and iPhone photos are on the colder side. Maybe this picture with 2x zoom shows the skin tones better. The Pixel has a magenta warm tone. The Xiaomi is softer with deeper whites and more contrast. The Galaxy is on the colder side and has green in it, and the iPhone is kind of in between the others. In terms of optical quality, none of them really has an advantage over the other, even in low light. In theory, the Galaxy and Xiaomi should do better with larger sensor or lower aperture, but in reality, the computational photography is overriding those small hardware advantages. That's the same case for videos too. The only noticeable difference I see here is the Galaxy having a more vibrant, warmer tone, especially for the background, while the other three are more muted and more exposed. We are still indoors, but we went to another room to change the lighting, and here is Anastasia for reference, shot on a Sony camera. All videos are really close to each other, none are crazily better or worse. Maybe write down in the comments which camera you prefer. I'm going to make more camera comparisons of the Galaxy S26 Ultra soon too, so subscribe to not miss those videos. I took this picture in portrait mode. If we zoom into the hair area, I would say Xiaomi did the best job here. The Galaxy and iPhone did alright, and Pixel, like always, is not having a great time with hair processing in portrait mode. Moving to telephoto shots indoors, here the Pixel and iPhone made good photos, but it does look like there is a beauty filter on Anastasia. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra is showing lots of details in the skin and the best optical quality. The Galaxy optical quality is also great, but it is overshadowed by poor skin processing. The face is too green. Here on a much longer zoom, the Pixel is using a lot of AI and no hate there. The picture looks great. Xiaomi is taking advantage of the 200 megapixel large telephoto sensor. Galaxy and iPhone are making alright photos, but nothing to brag about. On portrait mode for telephoto, first of all, Pixel simply doesn't let you zoom more than 3 times, making it basically useless in this mode. For the rest, the Xiaomi photo is simply less noisy, and at this point, it should not come as a surprise for you. Then we switch to the ultra-wide lens, which can be super great when you are in such an amazing castle and want to fit a lot into the frame. The Pixel is magenta, the Xiaomi photo is amazing but the ultra-wide lens is tighter. I really dig the Galaxy photo here with warmer colors, and the iPhone is too green and cold for my taste. In this ultra-wide photo too, the pictures look similar. If we pixel peep, you will notice Xiaomi and Galaxy are smoothing and denoising the photo more compared to the noisier picture from the iPhone and Pixel. The colors can be very different too, with the Pixel always having a magenta tint, the Xiaomi elevating the color orange, the Galaxy being on the colder side, and the iPhone being something in between. For video with the ultra-wide lens too, the Galaxy is the only one with more vibrant colors, and the gold is very deep here. Meanwhile, the other 3 have a more muted tone and are more similar to each other. In this evening shot, the Galaxy is again very different from the rest, with a purplish sky. The iPhone also has some reds in the sky, while the Xiaomi is completely blue. I took this picture with a long exposure feature on the Pixel, which is sometimes fun to use to create this long light trail effect. For video at night in 4K 30 frames per second, they are on par. The only issue is with the Xiaomi 17 Ultra, which is a bit shaky. I was standing on a bridge with people passing by, and the Xiaomi 17 Ultra doesn't have the best stabilization. Generally, it is more difficult to stabilize a larger sensor. I know I didn't compare selfies, slow motion, and a bunch of other things, but please note that I haven't had the Galaxy S26 Ultra for a long time, and I did what I could. I'll make more videos in the future. Now, if you ask me more which one takes better pictures, I say it depends on what you are looking for. Pixel 10 Pro has a lot of magenta in its white balance. It makes the photos look more lively, but that sometimes backfires. It doesn't have great portrait processing, but there are a bunch of very useful features like the 8K AI boost video or the long exposure that I showed, and if you like the magenta color science, just get that one. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra has crazy hardware, a 75 to 100mm continuous zoom, a massive telephoto sensor, and a 1-inch type main one. I'm going to be honest with you all, in some situation that makes a real difference, but in most cases the advantage you get are going to be limited. If you like the Leica colors as you've seen in this video, you can simply pick that one. Now the Galaxy S26 Ultra is very similar to what I've seen on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The colors are on the colder side, the videos are slightly less exposed than the rivals, and the wider aperture on the main and telephoto camera is helping a bit. Also, it is worth noting now there is a APV almost lossless support for the Galaxy videos. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is also a safe bet. My main issue with this camera is the green tone on it, which can make the skin tones a bit weird sometimes. The green light ghosting reflection is real, and one thing I didn't talk about is that it has a square selfie camera sensor, which makes it super nice for taking videos and photos of yourself. Now, if you want to see more of that, and also check out the Vivo X300 Pro and Huawei Pura 80 Ultra, you can watch this video next. Thanks for tuning into Tecmo, and I will see you in the next one.